Okay, so for some of us that does not really understand how to use the phone version to trade, because I know 90% of us just be using phone, because because most people don't have laptops and it's not a crime to use phone to trade. I have a student that uses phone and she trades perfectly well.
Okay.
She trades very well. So if you have your phone should make money for you. So just look at, I don't know how, if it will consume the rest of the day, but then we'll just see how far we can go on how to use the phone version to trade. So you go to where you have the three lines, dash lines.
Yeah.
Yes, go to that. Yes,
so I'm there now.
Okay, so on this page, you can see his name, Emmanuel America. This is, okay, this is, you've not opened, I thought you've opened an FS.
Okay, yeah, let me, okay, sorry, please, let me log in.
Okay, this is MT5, this is MT5.
Just a minute, please. Okay, I think I've logged in.
Okay, so so you can see, he just came to where you have the 3 dashboard, right? Okay. Then go to that place again. Okay. So you can see from where he is, you can actually log into, this shows that with phone, you can log into different accounts. He has other accounts with other brokers. It's fine, I'm not against that, all right? So you can log into different accounts. Even you can log into your demo account. Click on manage account. Click on manage account.
Okay. So
manage account.
I've clicked on it here.
Okay. Okay, this manage account. You can see he has IPC markets broker. Then he has the demo account. The one lower below is the demo account of FS Space. Where he is now is the live account for FS Space. This shows that if he's taking a trade right now, it will reflect on his live account, in FS Space account. So go to where you have plus, like a cross sign.
Yeah. Okay, I'm there now.
Okay. Now we have this. You can see open a demo account. Now, if you've not opened an account with us, all you just need to do is you can go to your normal Play Store app, download MT4. If you download MT4, you will have something like this. MT4, you have something like this. Then you can go to that place where we started, then come to open a demo account. Now, if you click on open a demo account, click on open a demo account.
Okay.
Yes, you need to find the broker. Any broker you are using, you can log in the account here. So if you type FS Space demo, it will give you option to fill a form. Then you submit. That one is just straightforward. FS Space demo. Continue FS Space.
Okay, I'm on the demo now. Yeah.
Right. So you just fill all of this. I think your name, your phone number, your email address. Okay. Then account identification. You can see FS Space USD. Then leverage, you chose your leverage. Then deposit. I think for a phone version, you have minimum of $3,000 deposit. You can deposit that for demo account. Then you can start trading, practicing with your demo. But this is for some of us that have not been practicing, so that we can, if you say you don't know how to use the phone version, this is it. So you can use your phone version to practice with your demo. So let's go back to live account, on how to log into live account. Go back to manage account. Okay. Now so you can, if you already open a live account, yes, go back to plus.
Okay.
Go back to cross sign.
Okay.
Now, yeah, if you've already opened a live account, you can see log into an existing account. Log into an existing account. You click on log into an existing account. Then you already know that an information was sent to you. If you open a live account, an information was sent to you, your email address, containing your password, your login details, your password, and your server. So you need to search for the server, measure this FS space REAL1. That's the major server that's for retail traders. So you type in FS space REAL1. You see options of REAL1, REAL10, REAL4. I think they have 4 servers. So you choose your server, then log in your account number here on this page. Then for password is very case sensitive. You need to copy the password as it is, as it was sent to your email address, so that you wouldn't miss some cases, right? Because it's case sensitive. Then you copy it and paste on this password. Then save password so that each time you want to log in, you don't need to start going to your email. Please mute your mic. Please mute your mic. So when you do that, you can sign in. And you click on sign in, your account will be signed in. Your account will be signed in. So America, let's go back.
Okay.
Yeah. Go back.
Okay.
Go back to your account where you have, okay. Now this is it. Now on the down part of this phone, you can see on the lower, you can see an arrow pointing up and the one pointing down. You can see 3 things that look like a candlestick. That will bring it to your chart. You can see a boss. And okay, let's take it one after the other. So come to your chart where you have, click on the first icon. Click on the first icon. Yeah, okay. So if you click on the first icon, this is where you have the currencies. The currencies, right? Now you can see a currency, you can see Euro USD is in twos. The first one is Fent. The second one is Bold. Now, if you want to trade, don't choose the Fent one. The Fent one is not our market. Don't choose that. Is a raw file. In fact, even if you click buy and sell, it won't open. You won't have option to click a buy and sell on the Fent one. So always go for the Bold assets. Like all the assets comes in twos. So you can go for the one that is in bold. Now, if you want to add more currencies, if you want to add more instruments, you have to click on that plus sign where you have a cross sign up. Click on cross sign up.
Okay.
Okay. So here you can see major FS, minor FS, exotic FS, spot, gold, index futures, commodity, and all of that. All of the assets. So you can choose if you said okay, let's go for spot gold. Let's go for spot gold. Click on spot gold. Okay. Now you can see, yes, you have spot gold on euro, you have spot gold on silver. Now, any asset you want to add, just come here. Then hold on. Okay, let's tap on gold. Like, just hold on it as if. Use your finger. Yes. Hold on it. Yes. Now, it has been added to the other page where you have every other asset. So if you go back to that previous page now, that one has been added. So that from there you can bring it to chart to trade, right? Okay. So that's how you can add, come to commodities, you can add any of these assets. Come to commodities.
Okay. I am on commodity now.
These are everything on commodity. Yes. And all of these, you have all of these. Go to exotic pairs. We're not adding anyone, everything. So, okay. Yes. Okay. So these are exotic currencies we have paired already. So anyone, I wouldn't want you to add them because you must not trade everything. This to tell you there are every other instrument that can be traded out here, but it just depends. You can decide not to add so much. But anyone you want to select and add to your chart, just like in the phone, in laptop, we have it as market watch, right? So you can choose what you see in your market watch. If you want to see only one currency, it's okay. Leave it there. Every other one can be hidden on this page. So if you want to add every other thing, you can come here and tap on it. It will be added to the other page. So we can go back to the other page. So anyone you want, you can come here and add it. Go back to the front page where you have the chart. Okay, so you can see below it is the one they added currently, which is the silver. The last one on that page is the one he just added. Every other one has been there. So he just added this one. So if he clicks on it, now he will see the chart of silver. So let's not go there. Let's use Euro USD. So go to where you have charts. Okay, go to where you have charts.
Okay.
That's the second. Okay, so you can see this is the chart of Euro USD. This is the chart of Euro. Can you, if you, now this candle is bold. If you want to reduce the font, you use your hand and bring the charts together. Just tap on the screen of your chart.
Okay.
Tap on the screen of your chart. Yes, yes. So you can use, okay, now, if you tap on the screen of your chart, you will see the different time frames. Now, I don't majorly deal on smaller time frames, like 5 minutes. If you tap on the screen of your chart, you will see this for different time frames. So let's go to H4. Tap on H4. The chart will change to, okay, so this is H4 chart. Yes, this H4 candle or H4 chart. Just like that, if you want to change different time frames, just tap on it to give you options of different time frames. Now, inside this chart, you can see a moving average is the default setting. I think it has a period of 14. This is a default setting of moving average, right? So we can remove this. We can decide to remove this. Below it is called RSI. We're supposed to start learning moving average today, but I need to teach you this so that when we start learning that moving average, you know how to compute those things. Below the chart is what we have. We have RSI. It's another indicator. We also learn how to use your phone is.
Yeah, I'm Jenna. Sorry, I had a call before.
Okay.
So I am on H4 now.
Yes, I'm here to see your screen. Share your screen.
Okay.
No problem. Okay, so this is H4 chart. You can help me shrink the chart more. Shrink it more. Yes. Okay, so shrink the charts. Shrink it more, like as if you're bringing it together with your fingers. Like, you know, you can either use your finger to enlarge the chart, the candlestick.
Okay.
Okay, bring up the chart.
Are we there, ma?
I'm here to see your chart.
Okay.
No, I'm not seeing your chart.
Okay. Let me go to check. I think this code has gotten it off. Okay, can you see it now, ma?
Yes. Okay. So reduce the candles, reduce your candles. So you can see the history.
Okay.
Okay. No, okay. Reduce it more.
It has been reduced.
Okay. Okay. So you can see we've talked about, okay, we've not talked about price patterns. We see all of that. Now, if you want to use a trend line, if you want to use, there's no trend on this really is just, let's switch to daily time frame. Let's see. You can see
daily, okay.
Something like a trend. A trend.
I am on daily time frame now.
Okay. It's just giving us support and resistance. Okay, let's just do it that way. Now, if you want to use a trend line on this chart, all you need to do is come to where you have, click on where you have, okay, tap on the screen again. Tap on the screen of your chart. Tap on the screen of your chart. Tap on the screen of your chat. Hello, Miracle. Can you hear me? Sorry.
Okay, are we there, ma?
Tap on the screen of your chat. Tap on the screen of your chat.
Okay.
Okay, so you can see on the screen of his chat, he has outside the time frames, M1, M5, getting to monthly time frame. You have F plus and one other icon that looks like a triangle, circle, and all of that. So type on the triangle icon.
Okay.
Okay, so from here you can see vertical line, horizontal line.
Are we there, ma? Hello. Are we there, ma? Hello, ma.
Okay, go ahead, America. Go ahead and share your screen.
Okay. So are we there now?
No, yet. It hasn't shown.
Okay. Is it showing now?
Yes, so you can see vertical line, horizontal line. So you can pick anyone. Let's pick a vertical line. You can see, just pick a vertical line first.
Okay.
So now okay. Now put it on any support or put it on the recent resistance. Let me even know if you're understanding what we teach. Put it on the recent resistance. Place it on the recent resistance. Okay. The most recent resistance we have on this chart.
Yeah.
You picked a vertical line. No, I said a horizontal line. So go back.
Okay.
First of all, let's delete this first. No.
Okay, I should delete it first.
Yes, delete it first. So we will not have a crowded chart.
So how do I go about that to delete it?
Okay, now tap on that horizontal, that line you picked, that vertical. You can enlarge the chart so that you see it clearly. Enlarge the chart so that you can use your hand and expand it. Yes. Okay. Now tap on that vertical line you picked. Tap on it 2 times. Use your hand and tap on it 2 times.
I can't really see it on my phone on the screen.
I'm seeing it from here. There is a line. There is a red line that is.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Like, okay, hold on it. Okay. You're supposed to hold on it. Okay, go back to trend line. Go back to where you line.
Okay, horizontal, right?
Pick a horizontal line.
Okay, I've ticked.
Okay, so drop it on the most recent resistance you have in this chart. If I want you to pick two, drop it on the most recent support and the most recent resistance on this time frame.
Sorry, how do I drop it? Is it to click it twice or?
No, it's just to, if you know where the support and resistance is, you go there and drop it.
Yes, I'm trying to just click on the resistance, but it seems the.
Where is your resistance? Where is your most recent resistance on this chart?
Okay.
Obvious resistance and support.
Yeah.
Where is it on this chart?
I think it's this.
Below 1.11230.
Come again.
Below 1.11230. A bit below
1.11230. Okay, that is your support.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to. I'm coming. Let me get to you. It doesn't have to be below, but that range is your support range. Yes, right? The person that answered. So that range.
Think, the most recent resistance is 1.1468.
Okay, so you can drop those two lines on that support and the resistance.
Okay.
Drop the horizontal line on that support and resistance.
Okay, okay.
Deleted. Want to delete. Go back to click, tap on your screen. Tap on your screen.
Okay. I've tapped on it.
Go to where you have that box. That
triangle.
Yes, triangle.
Okay, I'm there now.
Okay. Why is this giving us this? Okay, click on that trash sign. Let's see if it will do it. I don't know why.
You mean the okay?
Where you have the.
Yes, I've clicked on it.
Okay, click on that box, on the box that came out.
Okay.
Then delete.
One has been deleted.
I think delete now. I think you picked one that we do not see. Okay.
Okay.
Now go back to tap on your screen.
Yeah.
So pick horizontal line.
Okay.
Pick it. Then
okay,
go to chart. Okay, now drop it on that recent support. Just
okay. Okay, we are there now.
Okay, so shrink your chart so that we can see what you are seeing.
I should zoom it.
No, zoom in. That shrink it.
Okay. It has been zoomed in.
Okay, so we all can see his line of resistance. So you can drop another one on your line of support. Recent one.
Okay.
Pick it again, don't delete. I think you've already picked it, that should, yes. No, go back. Do as if you want to drop it on your horizontal line.
Okay. I'm trying to drop it, but it's popping out this.
Okay, it wants you
this
to
time frame.
Okay, what we're just showing is how you can go and pick your tools to do analysis. Okay, so you know where to get your tools. Now let's go to the one of horizontal support and resistance. Those ones are clear. Even if you decide not to use a horizontal line to drop or to actually place on the chart, you can just use your eye and calculate where support is and where support is and where resistance is. But your trend line, in as much as you can use your eyes to gauge where there's a trend line, but you need to draw it, because for me, I see trend line as a leading indicator. What do I mean by leading indicator? You put your trend line, or you draw your trend line and wait for price to come to that trend line. That means it's already giving you it's already, you know what your action will be when price comes to a trend line. So it's a leading indicator for me, because you draw your trend line, you're waiting for price to come to it. When price comes to it, you already know what to do. So for you to draw the trend line and wait for price, you need to know where to get your trend line. So we delete this horizontal line. Let's go pick, or you can even leave it. Let's go back and pick our trend line. Let's go back and pick our trend line.
Okay. Can you see what is showing?
Yes,
I should delete it, right?
Click on, yes, delete it. Delete it. Click on the box, delete.
So I should pick a trend line.
Trend line, yeah.
Okay. It has been picked.
Okay. So now you go draw. You draw a trend for me. I don't know. You have to shrink your chart to connect minimum of 2 highs or 2 lows, depend on the trend. If you can't see it on this time frame, you can go to daily. This is daily already.
Yeah, this is daily.
Time frame. Let's see if we can. Okay, let's see if we can get a trend line on this. So try drawing a trend line from here.
Okay.
When you want to draw your trend line, you don't zoom out your chart. You zoom in as you reduce the candles so that you can see the point you want to connect it from. Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So connect it from the highest point.
Yeah.
Of that. Yes, from where it started falling from.
Yeah.
Yes. So connect it to where it is now, to that recent resistance. Join the highs.
I am clicking on it, but it seems the trend line is not coming up.
Go back.
I need it too.
Go. You've picked it for it to be showing like this. You picked it, but
okay.
I think you picked it, but you didn't draw it.
Okay.
Exactly. So connecting from the high, from that high.
I should connect to?
Connect, yes, you have the trend line with you. So connect from the high, from that peak it started falling from. You connect to the next high. I think you should have like 4 highs you should connect to this recent resistance. Now you're connecting the resistances.
Okay.
Delete. You picked, but you didn't make use of it. So delete first. You have a trend line with you, but you don't make use of it. That's what it's showing you.
Okay.
So go back and pick, delete this one. Go back and pick it. Trend line. So go and place it on the resistance. Yes, on that high, you are connecting the resistance, not the support. So that high, the peak of that high, not where it is. Connecting from the peak of that high.
Of this high, you mean?
That place you had your boss around. I can't see my cursor. Where you have your boss, okay. Let me show you on chat. Let me show you on chat. Stop sharing. I will share that. You come back and share.
Okay. I've stopped sharing.
Yeah. 0 US. This is 0 US. This is let's take it to daily time frame. Is that peak I'm looking at. So this is the horizontal resistance it started falling. If you had picked your line on your bus, this is the horizontal resistance. Now, for me to join my trend line, I have to start. I can't start here. If I start here, I will cut across price. So I can't start there. I need to start from this other low, from this other high. Rather, this was the high I'm showing you. Start from here. Project your trend line. So you have this high, you have this, even though this did not touch it exactly. Now, to this recent, now you can see, what's it called? You can see false breakouts. Now look at this trend line. On the attempt for this trend line to break out, you can see candles kept rejecting here, which would have been a sell point for if you were selling based on trend line. We said when price comes back to a trend line, one, if it doesn't come back, look at this. There was a strong bullish candlestick, a strong momentum candlestick, which we know as, well, can call it Barabusu because the wick is small. Now, coming to this trend line, I am not saying, now because this other candlestick is strong and is bullish strongly, that means shows bullish strength, a bias. Now, coming back to your trend line, this you can, based on the candlestick pattern, you cannot start selling here. Now you have to wait for this candle to close. Now, the next candle that opens should tell you if there is still strength. Imagine the next candle that opens with another strength up. Now that means it has taken out, it has broken this trend line, right? It has broken this trend line, so it's no longer a sell bias. At this point, now you need to wait for a retest of this price back to your trend line. That means price has tested your trend line. Now, this will be your point for a buy. Now, this is your point to engage the buy. That means you're buying for a retest of your trend line to any other point it's going to. I don't know. Now, but it didn't happen like that. Rather, after this candle, sorry, I close my trend line. We're supposed to be doing this with phone. I wanted us to do it with phone, but let me show you what I want to show you. I'll go back to phone. Now, that's why I said you don't force your trend line to fit. I am drawing this trend line based on the highs, the highs, the highs. Now, when price came back to this, I am not doing it, I'm not trying to fit in this trend line to this current recent resistance. No, I'm still drawing it based on the previous highs. Now, but look at the candle that came close to this trend line first. What happened? It came with a strong bullish strength, but it closed below. But with this kind of candlestick, I shouldn't enter the market for a sell, even though price has come to your trend. That's why I said, candlestick gives you information on what to do, right? Since it's this bullish, I am not going to join the sell. Rather, I will have to wait for, now this is daily time frame. That means I will have to wait for the next day candle to open and close before I can decide to either sell or buy. Now, the next day candle opened, which is this. Now, it broke through the trend line, which we know as the first breakout. What happened? When it broke through the trend line, it came below the trend line and closed. Even though it closed as green, I am not interested, but it closed below my trend line. Now, the next day candle opened to close below, even though it's bearish in this time, because it closed red, that means it's bearish. But the sell, this starts immediately. I can see price hovering around this trend line. Now, this shows you that this is a sell entry point for you. I don't know the price you enter. You can enter here. You can enter, it can be 10 pips difference or 5 pips difference or anything. I don't know. If you're able to enter the peak of this price, it's good enough. I don't know. What I know is that anywhere around here, remember, anywhere in this chart has a price. Anywhere around this trend line is your for a sell by the use of trend line strategy. By the use of trend line strategy, anywhere around this point, you can enter here, you can enter the close of this candle, you can enter the beginning of this candle, as long as it's hovering around this trend line, it's a sell. Now, this happened. It sold for how many days? I'm not interested in how many days. I'm not interested in how this is over 370 pips. Back to the initial support that created this is a morning star that we discussed last week that created this morning star. But no, you don't need anybody to tell you that this region is where you should take your profits. Even with all the news, all the technical, fundamental that played out last week, still it didn't invalidate the technical setup. It didn't invalidate the technical setup. All of the news that played out last week still came back to the previous support that it has created. Now, you don't need anybody to tell you that it's time to take your profit. As long as you entered here for yourself, it's selling back to this point. You should take your profit anywhere around here. Now, if you are taking your profit around here, if you want to buy on based on support, somewhere here should be your entry for a buy. Right? You buy here. I don't know how many days you want to buy. If you're buying based on lower time frame, 10 pips, 20 pips, 50 pips, anyhow you want to capture it, you get it. You would have gotten it if you were buying anywhere around here. You can see market came to this level and it's reacting, even with all the gap. Now look at today's market, there was a gap down. Everything is, if you watch all the charts, you can see that there was gap in most currencies, gold, everything. In fact, all three currency gaps down. Now you can look at where market closed on Friday. This was Friday candle. It closed here. Market closed on Friday, but based on what we are seeing on this chart, now see where market opened. That means price left where it closed on Friday, then gapped down. Now, when it's gapping down, it gapped down to this support zone again. Support can't just be broken like that. Price respects zones, it respects levels, it respects areas. Look at it, even with all this gap, the gap, with this kind of heavy gap, would have broken the support and continued down. But it gapped down back to the support. What does it tell you? That this region is, we have buying demand on a support level. Now, when it gaps down, meaning that it gapped down means that it sold, right? So it sold and gapped down back to this support, and immediately it touched this support. Look at what massive. Today has not closed. We don't know how it will close, but this already shows that is a selling pressure. A gap down means that USD gains strength because it's euro that is selling. So euro gapped down against USD, meaning that in this chart, USD gained strength. And of course, it was a weekend. The panic is still on, even though they've gone for peace stock negotiation this morning. We don't know what the conclusion. They are still talking. You can see for today, market has, after the gap displayed yesterday over the weekend, market has been quiet since today. Why? Because there's still, everything is still inconclusive yet. After the whole negotiation, they said they continue their fight. Then the currencies that is supposed to safe haven assets will continue with their strength. The market will move in that direction with safe haven assets. But you know, it gaps down to this support. What I'm trying to discuss is that it came down to this support. It would have broken this support and continued down, even though it's showing a bearish strength. But look at it, came down and started buying massive. Now, if this is buying back to the trend line, remember what I wanted to do is the use of your phone, not even laptop. If this start buying back to this trend line, now we said yes, you should enter when price comes back to this trend line. But remember what I said here. If it's coming with a strong bullish candle, you don't need to enter for a sell. Rather, let's say this candle breaks it, and at the end of the day, anything it wants to do, it comes below your trend line and closes. Then you sell back, you sell again. This will also be your entry point for a sell. But let's assume it didn't happen like that, and price breaks this trend. So you can draw this trend line and leave in your phone. That's what I want to achieve. You can, on both based on Euro USD now, you can draw this trend line and leave it in your phone. You're watching how candlestick will react around this region when price comes back to this trend line. Now, if it breaks the trend line above, you have to wait for a retest of price. You have to wait for price to come back. Your trend line is still here. It's acting as a leading indicator. You still have to wait for price to come back to this level, to your trend line. In as price refused to go below this trend line, now it has changed this narrative. or it has changed this downtrending market that has trended for days or for a period of time. It has changed this downtrending market to an uptrend. So you are looking at buying anywhere around this region. As you buy, remember, you're not the one pushing price. Now, this is what you'll be expecting. Now, in this case, market has established a new trend. You can have your inner trend line. You can have your outer trend line. It has established a new trend, which now you need to project from this point to now, either from that point or from the lowest support that you created, you can now project another trend in this direction. So in this case, you're waiting for price. As price goes up and bounces on your trend line. Okay. What I'm showing you is that any moment from now, you will be doing analysis for us. That's what I'm doing all of this. You can do analysis. In this case, you can delete this one. This one is out. It has been invalidated. This is no longer relevant as of this period when this has started forming. This one is no longer relevant. Now you have to follow this one until it gets invalidated. Now this is how prices move. But with the current market price, we are still in the lower trend line, which is this. That's downtrending market, because you've seen that as price remains below your trend line, it's a downtrending market. This is what we had. Hello, is it clear? Are we making sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so go back. I want to do all of this with your phone so that people will know how to use their phones, right? So go back to your phone and connect. Stop sharing. How many of you have not even opened an account? You need to take this serious so that we even know what we are doing. If you know you've not opened an account here, please identify. Let's know. Let's know how to help you. So that we'll not be wasting our energy. Let's even know that we are teaching people that is serious with what we're giving out. So draw your trend line. Mute your mind. Engineer Matt, please mute your mind. I've created an account, okay? Please, I need your chat. If you know you've not opened an account, please use the chat box. What be demo or now. Someone drop your number, let's follow you up so that you can download your platform. If you know you've not opened an account while we are learning this, please drop everybody. I want to see your chat on the chat box. We are 17, 16 here. Let me know who has opened and who has not opened. Let's know how to help you. So use the chat room while we are still learning. So Mr. America, draw your trend line. I want to see 17 comments in the chat box. If you've opened, identify. If you've not opened, identify. Let's know who to help and who not. Then you can drop your contact number. Let's know how to help you.
Hello, ma'am.
I've created my account. Lawrence. Yes, continue. Draw your line. Live
Yes.
or demo?
I don't know. It is giving me a little bit difficulty. I put it on the most recent high, and I'm trying to draw it. I think to the.
You will drag it now. Click on it.
I'm dragging it, but I'm not seeing the line connecting on the highs. So I don't know why is it like this on the phone.
No, it's you should see the spot of that line picked. You should see the spot as in there is where it should just
let me see, try one more time.
Someone said he needs help to create an account. Please drop your contact number. Someone will chat you up. That trend line is there. So you need to drag it. Put it from a high and drag it. Then drag it. Do as if you're dragging that box. Let's see.
It didn't connect, so I don't know what's actually happening. If I press down on a high, it will actually show a bus. But if I'm dragging it to connect more highs, it's not connecting, so I don't know. But on the system, it's easier. On the laptop, it's easier. You just use your cursor to pick it and connect it. So I don't know why it's like this on the phone.
Okay, let me see if I can use my. Okay, so, okay, stop sharing. Let me log you with my phone.
Okay.
Okay. All right, let me log you with my phone.
Okay, ma'am.
And that you're raising your hand. Ask your question if you need your question. Please, someone is chatting you on the box. If you have difficulty creating your account, please drop your number, drop your contact. Let's see how.
Not much that I have a question like that. I wanted to explain, let him take his cursor to the high, low, and hold it so that he can break the trend line. Are you hearing me?
If you can do it, can you share your screen? Because I don't know my voice to be echoing with my phone. That's what I want to do. Can you help us share your screen?
My screen
Hello?
is not my, if not, I could have shown you my camera is not good.
Okay, no problem. So let me.
You don't need camera to share screen.
Okay. My phone have an issue, so that I don't know.
Okay. Are you seeing my screen? Okay.
No.
Okay, so Now, if you want to pick your trend line, you tap on your screen. Now I've tapped on my screen. I come to this triangle. You can see vertical line, horizontal line, trend line on all of this. The shaded rectangle I normally use that is black, this is it. If you want to pick it, you come and pick the shaded triangle. Then you can use it to mark out your level of support. You can see it. This is not shaded, but it's the same rectangular box. You can use it to mark levels of interest. Now, if you want to delete it, just come here, tap on it, like double tap on it, right? You will see these three box, these three black box circles. It shows that it's highlighted. Now, if you hold on it, it can give you option to delete. You delete. Now, for a trend line, you tap on your screen, come to this triangular icon, click on trend line. You've picked it. Where you see it here, where you have what that blue line is the trend line. Now, if you bring it to the chart, look at it. You can always pick it and drag it. Now this will hold it. Now it's highlighted. That means I can always tap at the edge of this highlighted box. It might not be so easy, but then it's just something you use your hands to do. It's not so easy, but then so this is what we have based on our trend line. You can use your hand to adjust it. Like we said, it cannot be so easy to use. But it's something you can always use your hand to adjust and react. The main important thing is knowing where to draw line here, knowing where the current market price is. This is where the current market price is. We've already done this with our laptop. We said we wait for price to come back to our trend line. Then if it breaks above our trend line, we know what to do. We wait for a retest. But then if it closes below our trend line, gives us reaction around this region, is another entry for a sell. Then you can pick your crosshair. You look for prices. Like I said, you can look for horizontal, psychological numbers around this region. You wait for price to come there. If it comes there, it already tells you that this is a sell region. Only if price closes below this trend line. Only if price closes below this trend line. So you should note the price you want to buy or sell, depending on the reactions or your technical setup. This is a technical setup. No matter what fundamental is doing, yes, fundamental moves the market. But fundamental also pays keen attention to technical setup. you, because you don't have, just I was looking at Russian, USD Russian rupee this morning, and we saw what price did. It has just, it moved so rapidly this morning, and currently it's dropping. Now, like I said, when those key investors or institutional traders that are making their decisions, you might not be aware. Because they have the fund, you don't have much fund. So yours is price is doing around those region price. And wait for price to come know the price we want to sell or want to buy based on the reactions of price within that region. Okay, this is for trend line. The one I wanted to do today is moving average. Where do we go to get our moving averages? Like what we have here. This is moving average period. Let me see period. Okay, let me delete the one I have here. So you go to F, where to get your moving averages, where you have F, right? You click on it. If you click on it, you can see moving average. This is where you can get all indicators. Now, let me delete the one I already have. Let me click on this delete sign. I want to click delete this and this. The one I already have in my chart. I click here, that off. I've deleted them. So if I go back to that F, I click on it. You can see all the indicators, oscillators. We'll be learning about moving average. We'll be learning about divergence. We'll be learning about MACD and RSI. Okay, those we can also learn about Bollinger Band or parabolic zone. Just add to it. Okay, but the most important one is moving average, very key indicator, very technical analysis. Okay, we add divergence. That's why I use those most powerful tool in trading. So you come here, click on moving average. Now you can see parameters. Period, we have period 800. You can use as low as for scalpers, you can use as period 50. You can use period 5. You can use period 10. It all depends on what you're looking for. But I will teach you the periods and the use of those periods. So I'm choosing period 200. Okay. Now shift. You don't need anything on shift. It's 0. Method. I'm using a simple moving average. Simple exponential smoothed linear. I'm using simple. I will tell you the difference between a simple moving average and an exponential moving average. Okay. But for now, I'm choosing simple. Remember, period is 200, simple. Then method. Okay, we talked about method. Apply to low. I love applying my moving average to the closing price. 200 period simple moving average. 200 period simple moving average to the closing of the candlestick, which is the closing of price. On your chart, you can determine your time frame. On the chart, you determine your time frame you want to apply that 200 moving average to. You can apply it to 5 minutes time frame. You can apply it to 20 minutes time frame. You can apply it to daily time frame. That one, you determine that on the chart. But right now, I'm determining here the 200 period moving average. Method is simple. Apply to the closing price. I don't want opening price. I don't want high price. I don't want low price. I'm interested in the closing price of candles, right? So I do this. Style. We have style is just the color. You can decide to choose any color of your choice. You can decide to choose black. Since I have a background white color, I will choose black. Okay, so levels. What is in levels? Nothing. So let's leave levels. Then done. Click on done. Did I choose blue? Did I choose blue? Let me go back. Okay, I chose blue. Okay, I chose blue. Okay. Okay, so this is my 200 period moving average on this chart. Now, what information is this giving me? It shows me that based on daily time frame.
You don't read the caption.
Now it shows me that Euro USD, based on daily time frame, is a downtrending market. Is a downtrending market. Why? Because my price is below my 200 period moving average. That is a downtrending market does not mean we should sell anywhere in the chart. No. Remember the rules. You must sell or buy when price comes to retest any technical tool you are using. Even if you are using a trend line, we said when price is far below your trend line, it's not an entry point for a sell. Now, what moving average does is something with what trend line does. The only thing is that a moving average shows a dynamic support and resistance, just like trend line does. Okay, if a trend line, if price is giving us a higher high and a higher low, now those moving average will act as support or resistance depending on the time frame we are using that particular period, right? So for long-term traders, they decide their time frame, which we've already explained to you. Short-term traders look at lower time frame. Now, on this higher time frame, which is daily time frame, I'm using 200 period moving average, and we've seen that price is below 200 period moving average. Let's go to 30 minutes. Now, look at what price is doing on 30 minutes period, 30 minutes time frame. The same 200 period moving average. Look at it. It shows that price is closer compared to when we're in daily time frame. Price is closer on this 30 minutes, though it's still a downtrending market. Now, based on this 30 minutes, what this is telling us, the information is giving us here is that if price comes back to retest our 30 period moving, 200 period moving average on 30 minutes time frame, we should get in for a sell. That means when price comes within this zone. So it's giving us the same information with trend line. Like, to be frank, period moving average is my best technical tool for analyzing the market. Now, if we go to 5 minutes time frame, let's see what price is doing. Now look at it on 5 minutes time frame. That's what now this will define to you how short-term traders and long-term traders trade this market. That's what we said. You can be seeing a different trend on the lower time frame, but on the higher time frame, price is doing a different thing. Now, the same 200 period moving average on lower time frame, which is 5 minutes, is already giving us a buying bias. Now, look at what it did. Price has broken above this time frame, or it has broken above 200 period moving average. And we say when price breaks above it, be it a trend line or a moving average, you should not buy. This is even if you are trading a lower time frame. Price has broken above it. This is not our buying point. We can't buy here. We have to wait for what? For price to retest that broken zone. And look at it. Price retested this broken zone. This was the first retest. And this happened. It still came back to retest our moving average. And look at it. If you are trading lower time frame, when someone on higher time frame is planning to sell, you that is trading already lower time frame, you're already buying based on the indicator you are using. based on your formation on lower time frame. That's why we said the lower time frame defines your support and resistance, in as much as higher time frame defines for a higher time frame trader. Now, on this 5 minutes, 5 minutes has already defined a support for you here based on this moving average. Price broke above it, came for a retest, retested here the second time, now creating a double bottom on lower time frame, 5 minutes. This would have been your buy. But whereas someone on H4 is still thinking about selling that same pair. Now, if you buy and price comes back to this initial resistance it created within this zone, you take your profits. From here to here can just be 10 pips or 20 pips or 30 pips. I am not interested. You are scalping. So your pips or your market movement or whatever it is defined based on that time frame. You are looking at short price movement that can be defined on lower time frame. So on this 5 minutes time frame, you can see what price is doing. It's already an uptrending market on this lower time frame. Look at the gap I told you that market created. Now, on the higher time frame, which was daily, you can see it was not obvious. But look at where price gapped from the beginning of today's market. Beginning of today's market, look at where price gapped from all the way from this place to this place. That was the distance price gapped from them before it started buying back. Right? So this is on lower time frame. If you want to use this same moving average, 200 period, on H4 is a different information. If you want to use it on H1, it's a different information. In all of this higher time frame, it's already giving us a downtrending market. All of them are all giving us a downtrending market. That is, downtrending does not mean you should sell anywhere in the chart. No. Allow price to come for a retest of that zone. Be it trend line, be it support and resistance and all of that. So this is moving average. You can decide to put multiple moving average. Now, if you use 200 period, you can go back to that F sign, click on moving average. Which other period? You can decide to use, let's say we'll use 20 period, right? Now, I'm still using simple. On the box, you change the color. You need to always change the color so that you can know the period you're using. Let's use this color, 20 period moving average. I click done. Where's my 200? Oh, my 200 has. So, wanted to use two other moving average. Okay, now I need to add. I'm adding because I noticed when I use 20, the other 200 deleted. So I need to add. For me to add another moving average, I click on this plus F plus sign. So I'm adding another one. I click on it. Then another moving average. I go back to moving average. Then what period am I using? The other 200 has left the chart. So let's say we are using, I know most of us are scalpers here. I click on 10. This is the color. Then I click done. Now you can see that I have 2 period moving average on this chart. And the chart is on H1 time frame. The first one is my 20 period moving average on orange color. The black one is 10 period moving average. And now you can see both is on simple moving average, simple setting, right? You can see one is above one. Let's check from where the downtrend started. Now, when this price came to this level, you can see what happened. The lower time frame, the lower period is the black moving average. which is my 10 MA. The orange one is my 20 period moving average, which is my 20 MA, all right, is above my 10 period moving average. What information is it telling me? It tells me that the 20 MA, which is my longer period, is the one I'm using as my trend, because the longer period is guiding the shorter period moving average. The longer period is guiding the shorter period moving average. It's just like a mother and a son working. The son will be working faster than the mother, but whatever happens, the mother will decide the direction the son will go to. You can be walking on the street, your son will just be running and walking past you, no problem. At the end of the day, you can drag back your son and tell your son, this is the direction we are going to. That is how it also works in this moving average. A minute, please. Let me attend to someone. A minute. I mean, King, Okay, so this is what we have. I needed to attend to something, please. Okay, so this shows that the smaller period is always crossing faster than the longer period moving average. What we mean by period is period. You can have period 5, period 10, period 20, period 30, period 50, period 200, period 800. Now, any period you decide to use is also determined by your type of trading. Okay, be it a scalper. Scalper uses shorter period moving averages like 10, 5, 20, 18 to define their trend. Remember, moving average is a trend indicator. So scalpers make use of lower time frame moving averages to define their trend. Most time they use more than one moving average. Whatever you are doing, the direction of the moving average, it takes, now moving average works in a way that it takes, if you are using 5, you are setting up that candlestick based on, you said 5 period, that means the last 5 closing price of 5 candlestick based on that time frame is what that moving average is calculating for you. If it calculates it, it gives you the direction for that period of time. If you are using it, that period on daily time frame is recognizing that same period. If you are saying 200 period, 50 period, it will recognize 50 days closing price. It will calculate it, then give you the results, then show you the trend for the past 50 days calculating. You don't need to do it. So all you need to do is just insert the moving average in your chart. Then the direction of that moving average will tell you the direction of the trend during that period of time, depending on the period you are using. Now the question is, how can I now use the moving average to trade? Because the essence is, if you define the direction of the trend, then you know where to enter for a buy or for a sell. So it also works like trend line. If price is above the moving average, it's a downtrending market. If price is below a trending, if price is below a trending market, it's a downtrending market. If price is above a moving average, is an uptrending market. Now, those moving averages also is used to define your support and resistance. That's what moving average does. So when price is above the moving average, you can use it as an uptrending market, but where should I enter? If it's below a moving average, it's a downtrending market, but where should I enter? So in this case, that means that moving average works best in a trending market, not in a ranging market, because it follows the trend. It follows the trend. So in this case, we just inserted 20 simple moving average, which is in the orange color. Is it orange or red? Now we have the black one as 10 period moving average, everything on H1, on daily time frame. So based on the current market price now, all this while it has been trending below this moving average. When price comes back, we'll sell into MA, okay, we'll sell. This is the last trend it gave us, which is this. Now, currently, this is what we have. This is the current market price. This is the current market price. And you can see that price has broken above the period, the 20, both the 20 period and the 10 period moving average. Remember, 20 is the pink, the orange color, and our 10 is the orange color. Now, what will define if price has really given us an uptrending market is when the 10 crosses above the 20. Remember, we said the 10-period moving average is the baby. And the 20-period moving average is the madam or the mother, which defines the trend of the moving average. Now, if the 10-period crosses the 20-period and stays above, it shows you that the 10-period is above the 20 moving average, whereas the 20-period is guiding it. Okay, is guiding it. So the trend as of that time, we see it as an uptrending market. Just like it has crossed the 20, currently, this is where the current market price is. This is where the current market price is. It has come from below and crossed above both the, it has crossed above the 10 and it has crossed above the 20. Now, this is what it's doing. Based on this H1 time frame, you can't buy here, you can't sell here. Because it's no longer giving you a sell signal in the sense that it has crossed above the 20 MA. But it's also not giving you a buy signal based on the fact that it's just crossing. It has not retested, right? So you have to wait for this price to go travel as far as it wants to travel. I don't know, right? As when it's traveling, this moving average will try to cross. Now the 10 MA will cross above the 20 MA and stabilize and follow the trend. Now at that point, this price might have gone far and come back for a retest on the period moving average. Now, on that retest will be your entry for a buy, because it has given you the first impulsive leg, which is the first move or the first cross. Now, as price comes back to retest those moving averages, will be your entry for a buy. Are we together? Or is it confusing? Hello? Someone should say something.
It's confusing, ma. I've not even understood this moving average, sir.
I don't understand anything.
Okay, now let's go back to, let's do it one first. Let me go to F moving average. Change the color. Let me use 50 period, done. Now I'm using just one moving average in this case. And we said moving average works the same way trend line works. If price is above moving average, is seen as uptrending markets. If price is below moving average, is seen as downtrending markets. Now we are using this. We are using 50 period on H1. Let's just read the reaction of moving average on H1. You can see what happened from this level. Price sold. Price sold, and it came below this price. Now, currently, this is the current market price. And on this H1, price has crossed 50 period moving average. That means 50 period moving average is now carrying price. In this case, it's now acting as a support for price. Now, what we're expecting is that this price will go as far as it wants to go. This is his first cross. I'm not saying you should buy here or you should sell here based on this period of moving average on H1. Now, this is our first cross. It can decide to go as far as this place. I don't know how far it can go, but we can't buy here. Now, we have to wait for price to come back. I think in this case, I need to use a line to show you what I mean. Okay, now, let me show you what I mean. Just because I'm using phone, it's kind of Okay, now price can be doing this. Remember, we said we are not buying any point from where price has moved above your moving average. Now, if price is coming back to retest the trend, the moving average, at that point that price is moving, moving average is moving with it. Moving average is moving with it. If price is coming back to retest the moving average, this is what we'll have. Now we'll have this. At that point, moving average might have moved close to this point. It's just like using your trend line to touch, to draw your trend. Moving average would have moved close to this level. Now at that point, it's creating a support for price, which will be around here would have been your entry based on this time frame for a buy, based on the fact that price is already trending above moving average. So the first time it broke it, we are saying that this is not your buy opportunity. Rather, you have to wait for price to do whatever it wants to do up there. On the retest of price back to your moving average, which can also serve as your trend line, because as price is moving, moving average is moving with it. It can come to this level. Now, when price is coming back to bounce on that moving average, it becomes your entry price. But as long as price is above that moving average on that time frame, you should concentrate on buying. As long as price remains below moving average, depending on the time frame you are looking at, you should concentrate on selling. But what is your selling price? When price comes back to retest a broken region or comes back to retest a moving average. Now, what do we mean? Price has broken above this MA. I don't know if it will sustain, but as long as it sustains up and start trending up, when price comes back to retest this moving average, that will be my entry point for a buy. That is using one simple moving average, acting as a support or a resistance. Just like, now let me go back. Let me delete all of this. Let me go back. Now, this is my 50 period on my H1, H4. It's a different information. Look at where price is on my H4. So as long as price is below this moving average on this H4 time frame, is a sell market. Is a sell market for me. I'm not even considering buying. Why? Because price is trending below this period on H4 based on current market price. So if I want to sell, that means I wait for price to retest this region. Remember, this is a broken region. Now, moving average has moved from here to this region. Now, when this price is coming up, you can get your moving average around here. Now, as long as price did not close above my moving average and it comes down below, I will sell again because this region is my sell point based on my moving average and based on this time frame and also based on the period of 50. If I use a different period, it will react differently on charts. If I use 5 period on H4, it will be a buying market. So I'll be buying based on that time frame and based on the signal that moving average is giving me on that lower time frame. Is this still confusing? Hello?
I think it will be more clearer in our next class. I believe our time is almost so. Thank
Okay,
you.
but
Thank you so
do you
much.
have
Yes,
any
ma'am.
question? Any question? Any question? Or maybe in our next class?
Yes, ma. Yes, ma. I don't really understand not even the setup. I don't even understand the concept of this moving average. I think maybe that's the major issue we are having here.
Okay, no problem. We'll repeat the class. Actually, I wanted to just show us the phone version, how to use the phone version to do our calculate, to how to make use of our phone version. Okay, if you want to use trend line, if you want to use moving average and all of that. So maybe tomorrow we'll do a proper introduction of moving average and see how we can just twist it for us to understand. It's not always easy actually. So see how we can twist it tomorrow for us to understand. But the essence of this class today was just for you to master the use of your phones. That's what I wanted to achieve today. I didn't even know I would get to moving average. I wanted you to master the use of your phone so that even from now we'll start teaching moving average indicators, moving average, RSI, and MACD, then divergence. All of these things you need to know how to use it on your phone. So if you've not opened your account, if not downloaded, please identify so that you can master the use of your phone. Tomorrow we'll repeat moving average. I just hope tomorrow I'll find a way to twist it for us to understand. But master the use of your phones because we're not going back to those things tomorrow. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
All right.
it's okay.
So, no problem. So see you guys tomorrow.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
All right.